338-kilometer long road that connects Ambikapur to Chhattisgarh's capital Raipur is under construction. Life beside it looks at it with disinterested monotony. The spring green looks dusted. Malnourished children and hutmans peep from in between. Nearly 600 kilometers away from Ambikapur is the dreaded Bastar region of Chhattisgarh. A region that many claim is a state within a state, where the state machinery sometimes does not dare enter. Late night on 5th of March, Maoists went on a rampage in South Bastar district of Sukma in Chhattisgarh, setting fire to 3 buses and an equal number of trucks. They also gunned down a former policeman to avenge the killing of 10 rebels in an encounter that took place just 3 days before, on the 2nd of March.
दूरनापाल थाना क्षेत्र अंतर्गत पेंटा और पेट्टा कुर्दी के बीच वाले इलाका में नक्सली द्वारा 3 यात्री बस और 3 ट्रक को आगजनी करके उसको नुकसान करने की जानकारी मिला है।
The state of Chhattisgarh has always been marked by underdevelopment and Naxal activities. And while fighting the Naxals has never been easy for the state machinery, for the people living here, life has been as difficult as in any conflict zone. Men, women and children are often caught having to choose sides between the Naxals and security forces.
दोनों तरफ से नतीजे गंभीर हो सकते हैं। दोनों तरफ से नतीजे गंभीर हो सकते हैं, इसलिए हमको बहुत सोच के बात करना पड़ता है।
अब जो हालात बने तो हम लोग भी एक मानसिकता सेट हो जाती है, चलो ठीक है, इतने हम अपने को ये लिखना है, ज्यादा ये सब नहीं करना है, क्योंकि कुछ हालात ही ऐसे बन गए। चाहे वो हमारे 2 पत्रकार लोग को मार दिए नक्सली, या कहीं ना कहीं कुछ जो आरोप भी लग रहे हैं कि 2-4 पत्रकार को पुलिस भी जेल में डाल दी है, तो माइंड अपने आप सेटअप हो गया है लोगों का।
In 2016-17, the per capita income of Chhattisgarh increased 14% from 55,177 rupees in 2011-2012 to 91,772 rupees. While on paper and as statistics, this looks good, but it does not reflect the true picture of the state. Chhattisgarh is India's 18th most populous state and home to nearly 2.6 crore people. According to a World Bank report of 2016, more than 1 crore of them, that is close to half the population, are desperately poor. The Maoists raised their head and flag in the region to bring ideological liberation for the poverty-stricken.
हम लोग सबसे पिछड़ा यानी कि निचला फैमिली से यानी कि हैं, तो उतना आर्थिक व्यवस्था हमारा सही नहीं, आर्थिक स्थिति। फैमिली हमारे पास कुली करने जाने से, काम करने जाने से पैसा मिलता है, और ऐसे काम करके हमारे माँ बाप हमको थोड़ा पढ़ाने से हमको रोजगार नहीं मिल रहा था।
For security forces in Bastar, it's always been a difficult battle to wage, with the sentiment of the local populace never supportive, at the most ambivalent towards government forces. It was to gain the trust on the ground that the government decided to induct locals in its central forces. It was as a strategy to fight insurgency.
बस्तरिया MHA का एक स्पेशल ड्राइव है। इन द ईयर 2016 MHA के स्पेशल ड्राइव पे इन बस्तर रीजन के बच्चों का सिलेक्शन किया गया, एंड इट वाज अ वेरी गुड इनिशिएटिव, क्योंकि बस्तर में आज तक लोगों ने महिलाओं को नक्सल की वर्दी में ही देखा है। यह फर्स्ट इनिशिएटिव होगा कि नक्सल के लोग एक सैनिक के तौर पे महिलाओं को देखेंगे। तो मेरी समझ से उनके लिए काफ़ी बड़ा इनिशिएटिव होगा कि आज तक जिसको महिला नक्सली को देखा है, उसी महिला को एक देश के सैनिक के तौर पे देखेंगे। इट विल गिव अ वेरी गुड मैसेज टू द पॉपुलेशन।
In the north of Chhattisgarh, 550 cadets sweated out at the Central Reserve Police Forces Ad Hoc Training School, or the ATS, in Ambikapur. The road to inducting these men and women belonging to the scheduled castes and scheduled tribes of the region hasn't been easy. They are from Bijapur, Sukma, Dantewada and Jagdalpur, the four most Naxal-affected districts of the state. A CRPF constable can earn up to 25,000 rupees a month and an additional allowance of 10,000 for being deployed in risk zones like Bastar. It's a lucrative amount for most people living in this region. For generations, they have survived on odd jobs and economic insecurity that has been part and parcel of their lives. So when the opportunity presented itself, siblings and even couples joined the force together.
कुछ घर की स्थिति ऐसे बिगड़ गई थी जिससे कि हम लोग कुछ साल तक परेशानी में थे, फिर यहाँ पर आके बहुत स्थिति मतलब ठीक हो गया है.
Rampant poverty in the region has meant that the population here is generally malnourished. The lack of proper diet made them weak and anemic, and structurally the locals are naturally short. So the government has had to relax the rules to make provision for the induction of these tribals from this region. While the standard height for CRPF is 162.5 centimeters, as concession, Chhattisgarh locals were allowed entry at 153 centimeters. Similarly, in case of chest size, it was reduced from 76 to 81 centimeters to 74 to 79 centimeters. Weight in variation up to 10% in proportion to the height standards were allowed, while the age bar was lifted to 33 years instead of the standard 28 years. The other obstacle was education. The minimum educational qualification for the CRPF is Class 10 pass. With lack of schools and development in Naxal-dominated regions, the education criterion too was reduced to the 5th standard. The instructors in turn learned Gondi to communicate and gain the confidence of the new inductees. The CRPF field officers campaigned door to door to convince the tribals to join the force.
ये उस एरिया से बिलोंग करती हैं, इसलिए इनको भर्ती किया गया है. आखिर में ये जब उस एरिया में जाएंगी, इन लोगों को वहाँ के एरिया के बारे में पता है, वहाँ की लैंग्वेज पता है, वहाँ पर कैसे रहते हैं क्या नहीं पता, तो ये उनके लिए फ़ायदा है कि ये उस एरिया में जाके अच्छा काम करेंगी.
Once the challenge of induction was over, the challenge was to strengthen the new recruits. Paneer and milk were slowly incorporated into their diet. Chicken and meat, otherwise a luxury for the tribals, ensured a protein-rich diet. In time, the new recruits were ready for hardcore strength training.
अब हम लोग को ट्रेनिंग ख़त्म होने का तो इतना हम लोग की स्टेमिना आ गई है कि 12 किलो वेट लेके हम लोग चल सकते हैं, रनिंग कर सकते हैं वेपन के साथ, और राशन पानी भी कैरी कर सकते हैं साथ में.
यहाँ आने के बाद ना इतना सब कुछ कर ले रहे हैं कि मैंने पहले सोची ही नहीं थी कि मैं इतनी पतली हूँ और कैसे कर लूँगी, लेकिन मैं यहाँ आने के बाद सब कुछ कर लेती हूँ, और रनिंग से लेकर यहाँ जितना भी ऑब्स्टिकल होती है वो पूरा कर लेती हूँ.
लड़की का हर वो सपना होता है कि वो गहना पहने, लेकिन मेरे हथियारी मेरा गहना है.
The decision to join the forces is mired by some complicated choices that have to be made. A government sympathizer or a government employee is vulnerable to threats from the Maoist insurgent groups, and sometimes it is revenge that helps convince people to join the CRPF.
और मेरे पापा 3 दिन हुई थी वहाँ से बीजापुर से गांव गए, वहाँ पे 3 दिन थे और 3 दिन के अंदर नक्सली द्वारा वहाँ पे मौत हो गई मेरे पापा का.
तो तब तक आपने फोर्स ज्वाइन कर लिया था?
जी नहीं, मैं हॉस्टल में थी, और यहाँ पे आने के बाद भैया का डेथ हुआ वहाँ पे, उसको भी मार दिए बाजार में।
3 of her family members were killed by the Naxals within a span of a year. Her father was killed on suspicion of being a police informer. The next target was her uncle. Soon after which, she joined the force. Her brother was also killed a month ago. The cycle of life, threat and death is something that every tribal has to contend with in Bastar. Joining the CRPF is just another way to survival.
पोस्ट में आने का बहुत पसंद था और हम लोग बहुत तकलीफ़ में भी थे और ये मना नहीं किए कि मुझे नहीं आना करके, और मेरे को पसंद था कि हम लोग दोनों एक वो करके वो ढाले पोस्ट में, अगर दोनों का होगा तो कोई एक का होगा तो कोई जाएंगे करके, दोनों का हुआ तो हम लोग दोनों आ गए।
A total of 720 posts were advertised for the recruitment to the Bastaria battalion of CRPF. Despite best efforts, 126 posts still remain vacant. Chhattisgarh police too recruited locals in the force around the same time as the CRPF. Both the police and the CRPF would be deploying the local recruits to ground soon to counter the red insurgency of Bastar. The red footprint in Chhattisgarh has for the first time receded in 5 decades. To tackle Maoist violence, 120 battalions of more than 1 lakh security personnel have been deployed across the affected areas. Ministry of Home Affairs estimate that 222 left-wing extremist cadres were killed in 2016, while only 89 had been eliminated the previous year. Also, 1,840 Maoists were arrested in 2016 as against 1,668 in 2015. Naxal territory has for the first time in 5 decades receded. While in 2015 the Red soldiers were spread out in 72 districts, now they are limited to 58 districts, mostly in Bihar, Jharkhand, Odisha and Chhattisgarh. The newest strategy is hitting the Maoists in their own den and targeting of top Naxal leadership. But these figures hide the other side of the story. The more the governance tries to restrain and fight left-wing extremism or LWE, the more they hit back. Images of death and destruction after multiple improvised explosive devices or IEDs blew up a mine-protected vehicle of the Central Reserve Police Force in Sukma district of Chhattisgarh on the 13th of March bear proof of the intensity with which LWE strikes back. The attack killed 9 CRPF personnel and 2 more were grievously injured.
सुबह जो है वो हमारी कोबरा की पार्टी 5 पार्टी निकली थी, मोटरसाइकिल पे रोड से निकली थी और कुछ क्रॉस कंट्री गए थे. So then they had detected the movements of the Naxals. 30 सुबह 8:30 बजे उनसे एक्सचेंज ऑफ फायर हुआ था और उसमें हमारी दोनों पार्टीज जो हैं वो बिना नुकसान के they had come back to the camps. In a further movement at about 12:30, one of our mine protected vehicles, it got involved in an IED and we lost 9 personnel in that vehicle.
This information was apparently not shared with other units patrolling the area. CRPF personnel in 2 MPVs were carrying out a patrol in the Kistaram-Palodi road area. Maoists hiding in the forest triggered multiple IED blasts on that road. The first MPV with 11 CRPF personnel on board were blown to bits, while the CRPF personnel in the second vehicle took cover. By the time they fired back, the Maoists had melted into the forest. Initial reports suggested that the Naxals were well camouflaged in uniforms, leading to confusion. But soon the CRPF personnel spotted some with black dungaree. But by then, it was all too late.
अभी हमारी डीजी सीआरपीएफ से इस संबंध में बात हुई है, मैंने जानकारी ली है और उनको यह कहा है कि सीधे वहां पर वो प्रस्थान करें। हमारे लिए शॉकिंग दुखद घटना है और उन शहीदों के प्रति मैं श्रद्धांजलि अर्पित करता हूं।
This ambush was not the only time mine-protected vehicles have been blown to shreds in the Maoist stronghold of Chhattisgarh. Designed to tread on zones planted with mines and withstand explosions, these vehicles have become death traps for security personnel. The Red Brigade uses explosives weighing over 20 kgs in the inhospitable terrains of Bastar.
वो रोड के नीचे करीब 4 मीटर नीचे जाके एक सुरंग बना रहे हैं, बारूदी सुरंग, और उसमें ये एक्सप्लोजिव लगाने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं। तो ऐसे इसमें हमें और थोड़ा अपग्रेडेड माइन प्रोटेक्शन व्हीकल की आवश्यकता होगी।
Gauging its ability to tackle only small arms fire during gun battle, CRPF and police in Chhattisgarh have relegated these armoured personal carriers to use only during reinforcement tasks.
लंबी दूरी तक इन्होंने हर 5-5 फीट पे माइंस जमीन में गाड़ करके बिछा रखी थी, ताकि किसी भी प्रकार का यदि फोर्स उस दिशा में आती है तो एक बार ही एक्टिवेट करेंगे तो पूरी फोर्स का काफ़ी भारी मात्रा में नुकसान हो जाएगा। तो इन सभी पुराने तजुर्बों से देखते हुए, समझते हुए और सावचेत होते हुए हमने अपने फोर्स को सारी सावधानियां बताई।
The mine-protected vehicles being used in the Maoist strongholds of Chhattisgarh right now are suitable only for small arm fire and against conventional mines, such as the ones found along the Indo-Pak border in Rajasthan. These armoured carriers cannot withstand the massive impact of IEDs, which are often 20 kg and above in the heavily mined forests of Bastar. India's premier research body, DRDO, has been roped to upgrade the existing fleet of mine-protected vehicles. The Red Brigade targeted the security personnel from all corners. On January 25th of this year, 4 police personnel were killed and 9 others were injured in the fierce gun battle with the LWE. In April last year, 24 CRPF men were killed in Chhattisgarh's Sukma district in an encounter with the Naxalites. In about a month before, on March 12th, in yet another incident, left-wing extremists killed 12 CRPF Jawans in Sukma. As per the figures of the Chhattisgarh Police Department, as many as 66 security personnel have been killed and 205 injured in the IED blast between June of 2010 and June 2017. Over 1,200 IEDs have also been recovered by security forces in different pockets of Bastar in the same period. Bastaria Battalion, under the circumstances, is a ray of hope for the state of India to help liberate this red heartland, not only from the clasp of insurgency, but also to eradicate the cause of poverty, lack of development, alienation and unemployment in the region. With that, these people will finally find the way to survive Bastar's barren beauty.